What's going on, guys? Jeff here for Premium Aquatics, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Green Killing Machine UV Sterilizer. Welcome back to another episode of Premium Aquatics, where we take a look at new products each and every week to help you make an informed decision on what is right for you, your reef tank, and your budget. And this week we're going to be taking a look at the Green Killing Machine UV Sterilizer. What is going on, folks? Jeff here for Premium Aquatics, and today we're going to be taking a look at the AA UV Sterilizers, the Green Killing Machines, and they have quite a few of them. We'll start with the big guy in the back. That is a submersible or internal UV sterilizer with power head. That's pretty interesting. Not a lot of UV sterilizers out there include a power head and or are submersible, so that's pretty interesting what we got already with this first one. This is a 24 watt UV sterilizer. Then they have the 9 watt internal UV sterilizer. Then we have the 3 watt internal UV sterilizer, and then we got the clip-on UV sterilizer, which is also 3 watts as well. Now, as far as the size aquariums that these UV sterilizers are going to be able to service, the 24 watt is going to be able to handle up to 120 gallons of water. The 9 watt is going to be able to handle up to 50 gallons. And these two guys right here, being 3 watts, are going to be able to handle up to 20 gallons. Now, a couple of really interesting features about the Green Killing Machine as far as the UV sterilizer in itself. It has a patented seal UV bulb. With most UV sterilizers, when the water passes through the device itself, the lamp is encased and it doesn't come in contact with the water. The way in which AA has designed this product, they have developed a type of lamp that actually comes in contact with the water. Now, what a UV sterilizer is going to do for you is it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to help improve the clarity of your water by reducing or killing off the organics within the water, whether it be phytoplankton or some type of bacteria bloom. It's going to really hammer down on that stuff. Not kill it, but damage it to a point that is going to make it unable to reproduce, and then eventually it'll die off. There's a lot of information out there about UV sterilizers and what they do for you and what they don't do for you, and AA has made it really simple as far as what this product is going to do for you. It's going to make your water crystal clear. So as far as what we have for products here, we're going to do our best to dig into each one of them, give them their own spot, but overall really kind of impressed with how AA has gone about developing this product line, because they really have thought out a number of different things. And I really like the fact of this guy right here, where folks that are using a hang on the back filter, they can just clip this guy on and it works with a number of different hang on the back filters, some of the top brands, and is going to essentially use the pump within the hang on the back filter to pass the water through the UV sterilizer and help improve that water quality and making it crystal clear. So let's dive into these products. I'm going to start off with this guy right here. Give ourselves a little bit of space. Really interested in seeing what the clip-on UV sterilizer is all about. Pretty simple as far as the explanation to it. Now, I don't have any hang on the back filters handy, so it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. That is really interesting. Wow, that is really neat. So you have your power cord, you have good length of cord there, some housing for, looks like to be a fuse or something in there. That lamp requires a little bit more juice. Very small. It's going to be very hard to even notice that clipped onto a hang on the back filter. The clip itself, very strong, has a little bit of silicone on the clip to make sure that, you know, it doesn't damage anything, and has a nice firm grip. So my assumption is that the water passes into this section of the UV sterilizer and then is discarded out this hole right here. Very simple in its design. I think that this would do a pretty good job of hanging on. That's a very strong clip. As you can see, pretty strong clip. I like the fact that it has a little bit of silicone on the back there to prevent any type of damage. And this is very impressed. I'm very impressed with this little guy. I wish I had a hang on the back filter. I actually have one for my quarantine setup right now, but that's not operational at the moment. But that kind of poses an interesting idea, is utilizing a clip-on UV sterilizer on a tank for your quarantine setups. I'm not going to say that this is going to help, reduce the risk of ick or anything like that, but it will improve the water quality, which is going to help improve the health of a fish. So it's an interesting thought. All right, so that was the green killing machine clip-on UV sterilizer. Now we're going to take a look at its sister, the mini green killing machine. Essentially the same amount of power as a clip-on, 3 watts. This guy is a little bit different, as in it's more like the larger models where it's a internal UV sterilizer. And a interesting concept with this and all of the green killing machine UV sterilizers is that they are replaceable, or you should, just like most UV sterilizers, you should replace your bulbs every 6 months just to make sure that it is staying effective. But the way in which that AA has designed these sterilizers is essentially the housing detaches, you throw that away, buy a replacement, and then connect it, and then you're back in business. So very similar in the packaging. You have your instructions. Always read your instructions. You have a bag, product in it. Whoa. Absolute ton of cord. Now that you're dealing with the internal, and it has a pump, passes the water through, or actually sucks the water through, pulls the water in and discards it out the top here, and you can adjust the flow with this little nozzle right here on the top. So very, very interesting product. So it looks like it has a little bit of filter media in the bottom there. These are made to completely just take apart and discard, so that you can replace the bulb every 6 months. That's pretty important to make sure that you're doing that, so that you are keeping, that bulb at full strength. And again, if you're putting it on a timer, you probably could stretch it out a little bit longer. I would assume that that's probably constantly running the UV sterilizer for 24 hours a day, and then needing to replace it after that 6-month period. So I think at first I would have it running full tilt for a while, and then once your water clarity is noticeably clearer, you go to a schedule, and then just kind of evaluate it daily and see where you're left as far as the clarity, if you need to adjust the time a little bit longer, if your water starts clouding up again. But very impressed with this little guy. So that is the mini green killing machine, the 3-watt internal UV sterilizer. Next, we'll take a look at the 9-watt. This one is going to be ideal for aquariums up to 50 gallons. And again, like the other previous ones, it has that disposable light and housing that you just disconnect from the power head and discard, and then replace every 6 months. I'm going to assume that as far as the overall packaging, nope, that's what you get for assuming. We got something different here. Interesting. So we got a little tray, and it looks like our power supply is beefed up quite a bit. A little bit more to this guy than the previous model. So this is the 9-watt. Read your instructions as always. A lot more going on with this guy than the previous. So you got some replacement sponge filters. They give you a couple of replacement pieces, but you could probably put any type of foam in there. Just cut it to size after a while. Suction cups seem to be, and again, we got the housing. This is made to actually be discarded every 6 months, so you can get a new bulb and just plug and play. Put it right back into the pump and you're ready to go in business. As far as the power supply section, we got some different stuff going on here. We have power brick, and then we got some pigtails going on, and then we have the adapter for the power brick. In comparison to the power brick, that's a big adapter. But again, this guy is going to be ideal for up to 50-gallon aquariums. And you can probably stretch the lifespan of the 6 months on the bulb out if you run it a little bit, you know, for probably the first week that you have it in there non-stop, and then put it on a timer, kind of dial it back a little bit, because it isn't 100% necessary to run a UV sterilizer 24/7 once it is established. You could probably run it at night and never even know that it's going. I like the ability to kind of direct the flow. It's not a huge deal. It's not a deal breaker either, but you can just leave it like that if you're in a confined space. Interesting product. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking to have some clear water. So that is the 9-watt green killing machine, and again, this guy's ideal for up to 50-gallon aquariums. And I think there's a, you know, I kind of expected it to be just like the 3-watt mini, but definitely threw me for a little bit of a loop. There's a little bit more to this guy than the previous model. Now, last but certainly not least, we have the 24-volt green killing machine. This is a UV sterilizer that is internal, so you can submerge it underwater. You can put it directly into your sump, and it comes with a power head like all the previous models, with the exception of the clip-on that utilizes the pump in your hang-on-the-back filter. This one's ideal for up to 120 gallons, and again, 24 watts. So we got the tray, again, like we had with the 9-volt. Very similar to the 9-volt, just beefed up. Read your instructions. Talks about setup quite a bit there. Holy, got a suction cup. Got your replacement sponges to keep debris from going into your UV sterilizer. That's just crazy to me that that is completely designed to just be thrown away. So you have your power supply, or your power brick, I'm sorry. Power brick, again, you have the pigtails, some suction cups so you can stick it on the back of your glass if you're comfortable with that. Definitely make sure you follow the instructions, because I'm sure it talks about drip loops in there. As far as the connection of the pump to the UV sterilizer, you got that right there. So it sucks it in here, goes down through the lamp into the pump, and then out the top. A couple interesting things about this. So I guess my final thoughts on the green killing machine UV sterilizers is, I'm sure they're out there. I haven't seen one, but I'm sure they're out there. But this is the first time that I have ever taken a look at a submersible UV sterilizer that also comes with a power head. Most of the time when you buy a UV sterilizer, it just has the tube, the lamp, and that's it. It doesn't come with any of the tubing required to hook it up to the pump. It doesn't come with the pump itself. You may, most of the time you will have the power supply for the lamp itself, but in the grand scheme of things, definitely an interesting product, and I think that, you know, it's definitely worth taking a look at if you're having a hard time dealing with green water. So if you want to take a look at this product or any of the products that we've taken a look at in this video, there'll be links down in the description below if you want to do some more research or even pick one up for yourself. Alright folks, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified every time that we upload a new video. That's going to do it for this one. I'll see you next week right here with a brand new product.